Okay, hello and welcome. Today we are joined by the amazing actor, Mr. Luke Lowrey. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us, Luke.
Of course, thank you.
Yay, very excited that you could join us this morning, well, this afternoon rather. So right now, no one is tuned in just yet. I might just give it a minute or so, just in case we do have a special request from Miss Williams. So, oh, great. Okay, wonderful. So she's all signed in. And then we are going to begin. Right. Okay. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So, Luke, you play the character of young Wilbur in the film My Story, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And so we'll just start with a basic kind of general question for you. What was it like being in this film? What was it like, rather, playing this character of young Wilbur?
Well, it was a really cool opportunity. The script itself, written by Miss Shakesha Williams, was just such an interesting viewpoint. I thought that it was about our pre-perceived, conceptions about who a person is based on maybe what they've been in the past, or and then the judgments that surround that. Like, did we do it consciously, or was it kind of just where we were at the time we were? So
absolutely.
I just thought it was such a great story that I was just honored to get to be a part of it.
That's always nice. Good feeling. So, okay, we'll jump into our next question. What do you believe was the most challenging part about embodying the role of young Wilbur? I guess what was the most challenging or difficult part?
Well, what was cool was we shot it in a lot of long shots. It was very few takes were done because Lynette, the director, wanted it to have a lot of movement in the way it was shot to kind of simulate some of the swirling like emotions, and just didn't want it to be too stationary. So that was pretty challenging because there was a lot of choreography, and we were in like an old New York apartment. So we had, however many people in this tiny room trying to balance sound.
Yeah.
And all of those challenges that go along with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we actually have a question from one of our viewers. So I'll go ahead and take this question right now. It says, what was the audition process like for you personally? How's that?
It was really cool. The whole team was there, and they made it all really cool. I actually didn't know who everyone was at first. I knew Lynette was the director, and then Shakesha came in later. And I didn't know that she was the writer yet, and I was already such a fan of the script. I think it's probably better because I would have freaked out if I had known that she was sitting there.
Sure, absolutely, no pressure. Right?
Yeah, and it was pretty quick. They picked. I believe it was John, the older Wilbur, first. He and I were the first cast because we needed to like look alike. There was like continuity things there, and then after that it was cool because I got to like see young Wilbur's journey. We had to test with all these other actors to see who would be playing Steve. So that was kind of cool to see what each different person brought to it, and as you're and you want to be there for the other person as an actor. You don't want to leave them hanging. So even though I'd barely done the part yet, I was getting to like play around with it and get different things off all these other people.
Definitely, which is always a good feeling. Great. Well, thank you for that question. Keep them coming, viewers, if you have more. We're going to jump into our next question for Luke. And the question is, what point do you think was most important for young Wilbur to get across in my story, in telling his story, was the most important point that he made, do you think?
Well, I think it was the main thing that he wanted to communicate to Steve in his whole like journey through the film was basically like, you just have to believe me that it's not who I was or what I did then does not comprise who I am now. And just really the true power of what love can do to a person to change someone's perspective as far as you know, what they maybe thought once was important.
Sure.
You know, once you have that feeling of loving someone and being loved back, how it can change your perspective, which
Absolutely.
Which I think is such a universal message, you know. And especially like right now, everything going on in Orlando and with, you know, just the election, some of the messages out there. It's what I think the movie really drives home for my character anyway is just like the power of what actually feeling love can do, and how it can change a person and show you what's important, and maybe the things that you thought were important at one point, like they're not anymore, because
good point.
You know,
absolutely
clarify things.
Very true. Very, very true. Actually, speaking of current events, in what ways do you feel that excuse me, this movie, or this film rather, is relevant to current events? You know, and what aspects, or you know, what parts of the film do you think are most relevant to what's going on in our society today?
Well, yeah, so many. Yeah, because it deals with, you know, the race issues and just bridging that gap between people who think they know something about a person based on the color of their skin. But what was interesting about this script is that it's from the perspective of Steve, who is a man of color, versus the other way around, which is what I feel like is seen a lot of the time. So it's his preconceived notions of what this white guy should be based on what he's been taught to believe. So I think as far as like things going on now, we've been taught a lot of things for a lot of years about how to see people of other colors, other creeds, other orientations, all kinds of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then so once you get in there and actually hear a person's story, not to throw the title of the film in.
No pun intended, but really,
nope,
actually.
Yeah, but once you hear somebody's actual side of the story and you see them as a human, you know, you can.
It's important.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's a very good point. And, you know, so very true, you know, when kind of relative to all aspects, you know, in every situation, you're a human first, you know, we are people first. So I have another question here. Do you personally feel that Wilbur forgave himself for what he did? And a side note, would you, Luke, forgive him if you were Steve?
Oh, wait. Okay. So the first question was, did Wilbur actually forgive himself?
Yes. Do you believe that he forgave himself? And then if it were you, would you forgive him if you were Steve?
Yeah, I think the big conflict there was Wilbur. I think it was the battle between forgiving yourself and then actually needing to know that somebody else forgives you. Like that struggle of like, you can, you know, Wilbur, I feel like Wilbur knew who he was throughout the whole thing. And, you know, like you're doing something, you're like, this isn't me. What am I doing? I don't want to be doing this. And then, so but then just needing the approval of someone else to, sometimes you just need to hear it from somebody else.
Yeah. Human nature almost, you know.
Human nature, whether it's right or it's wrong. Yeah, it's just human to someone to validate
Seek that
that,
acceptance, yeah.
yeah, to, hey, am I off on this?
Just
Am I
that
way
voice,
off?
that extra voice.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then he said,
Okay, well, yeah.
Steve, did Steve,
Yeah.
if I was Steve, would I forgive Wilbur?
Mhm.
Oh man, I mean that's hard because I'm not Steve,
Hard,
but
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
but I think that's what we get to see in the film is Steve's struggle to
Yes.
because I'm not gonna give anything away. You know, it is
Sure. No
there's
spoilers.
a lot of information given to Steve. He gets hit with a lot of info
Yes.
around
Yes.
about Wilbur that
Mhm.
strong cases for both sides as far as if he should forgive him or not. So I don't
Absolutely.
know.
Mhm.
That's up to Steve.
Difficult. A rock in a hard place. Hard question.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for that. We have one final question, and that is, if you could summarize the entire film in one word, what would it be?
Oh,
Gotta throw a tough one in there.
yeah, I guess.
Or one word for an overall message for the film.
Okay. Overall message would be,
Yeah.
I would say surrendering, kind of surrendering to what actually is, or maybe surrendering to actually, and like the releasing of your pride to let down so that you actually can hear this other person's side of the story and see what they're actually bringing to the table. Because without surrendering to the moment and what's actually the human who's sitting across from you, you're not ever you can't actually hear them.
Yeah, absolutely. Good point. It's deep. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. Very, very insightful. So we want to kind of, I guess, move on from the questions about the film and kind of move more towards you, Mr. Luke. And we would love to hear about any current projects that you have going on or upcoming things that you're in the works that you can speak about. We would love to hear. Viewers would love to know.
There's a film that I'm hoping to shoot sometime by the end of this year. I'm still working on it.
Nice.
So it's actually this film that nothing's happened yet. But it's a project that I wrote a long time ago, and I actually was hoping to do something with it because it was another project that just had like a message that I really liked about well, I won't tell you anything yet, but but hopefully some of the team that I was fortunate enough to work with on my story, I would.
Oh, okay.
Trying to bring that
collaboration.
Forward.
No, that's all right. Some collaborations going on here from the previous film. That's always good.
Yeah.
Making connections and all that. Well, good to hear that. So at this point, we also want to give you the opportunity to go ahead and shout out any of your social medias. If you want people to keep up with you, contact you, where can they reach you? How can they reach you? We want to know what's going on. So
yeah,
take it away.
That was really cool. You just did what's going on with your neck. Your head just moved like the whole frame. My Instagram is
go for it.
I think it's Luke Lowrey online, I believe.
Okay. Luke Lowrey online, Instagram, Luke Lowrey online.
Instagram,
great.
And that's really the only thing that I'm on. I love Instagram.
Okay, there you go. That's the easiest and best way to keep up with you. Perfect. All right. Great. Well, at this time, do you have any outstanding questions for me or anything that you'd like to know that I can hopefully answer? I don't know.
No, we should just hang out after this.
We should instead of the Google Hangout, we should just actually now hang out.
Yeah, aren't you just down the street? We could do this.
Exactly. See, okay, I'm on my way. I'm gonna hang up now, and I'll be on my way. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us today. Very, very thankful for your time and your patience. We should be seeing you soon at the premiere for everyone that doesn't know, can you let us know when that premiere is happening?
July 16th, actually.
16th. Woohoo!
Yeah.
It's less than a month away.
I know. I'm so excited.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait to see everybody and see everyone all dressed up and
a little mini cast reunion there, right? Mini
yeah,
cast and crew reunion. That should be nice.
Everyone
all
dressed.
Right, well, yes, indeed, indeed. That's always a good time. Well, all right. So I guess we are all done here. Thank you to the viewers at home or wherever you are watching. We appreciate you guys tuning in. And yeah, look out for this broadcast, which should be circulating one of the Harlem Fusion Studios at some point, at some time in the near future. So thanks again so much, Luke. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we'll talk soon. All right.
Bye.
Take care.